Welcome back to Whitt Acres. Today we have some rain on the forecast, so after I go check on the animals, I think I'm going to get into cleaning up the island garden, and then I'm going to go down to the vegetable garden where I dropped off a fresh pile of wood chips and get that all spread around. And then if the rain starts, I can go in the greenhouse and start sowing some seeds. Hey chickens! Hey ducks! What you doing, Mumbles? You enjoying your big bubble out here? Yeah. What you doing, goats? I hear ya. I hear you, goats. Flip. What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? You got two different voices, don't you? Enjoy some coffee while I spend some time with the animals and get some fresh water and feed to them. There you go, Mumbles. There you go. You're all healed up. You're not all bleeding anymore. Mumbles had blood all over her face the other day when I woke up in the morning. Huh. But you're looking nice and white now. I'm coming, goats. There you go, guys. What are you doing, pup? I got all fresh water for the birdies. They're enjoying a bowl out there where they have fresh grass. I guess Mumbles is gonna take up the whole bowl. Good girl. Everybody's happy, huh, goats? Huh, little goat? Huh, Flip? Come here, goats. That's all I got. That's all I got. You gotta eat some hay now, guys. You gotta eat some hay now. Yeah. You cute goats. No, puppy. You just want to play with your goats, don't you? So when I come home from work, I like to come up to the barn, check on all the animals, make sure they're all still there, get them fresh water, fresh feed for the afternoon, and then I can get started with what I want to do for the day. And today I want to come down into the island garden here and get it cleaned up and looking a little bit more even, because there's a lot of flowers, daffodils and the hellebores that are coming up to bloom. Then we have a bunch of lilies that are trying to come up, but the deer keep eating them. The forsythia in the back's blooming right now, so I want to try and get some things cleaned up. But I want to get a very large load of mushroom compost, probably a whole triaxle, so I can do a lot of different areas. So right now I'm trying to get everything that I'm going to be using it for ready before I actually get the load here. We already have some gladiolas coming up as well. The columbine is there. We have some hyacinths that are coming up to bloom. The spirea has been blooming for a long time, has those nice red leaves on them right now. So we have the hyacinths coming up on the walkway, but they would look a lot better with a nice clean layer of mulch. I would like to eventually one year be ahead of schedule enough to actually have all the gardens mulched before the daffodils and the hyacinths come up, so everything looks clean and ready for the new year. One main thing I want to do out here is get this ivy all pruned back and cleaned up along this outside edge. I usually have it growing in a nice border, but now I need to get it all cleaned up for the new season. We also have a bunch of maple tree branches that fall down into the garden, so I need to get those piled up so we can burn those. And then get any of these irises that still need cut back all cleaned up so I can get a nice even layer in here. This area is full of perennials, so I don't actually have to do a lot of planting in this area to make it look good. I just have to give it a nice backdrop for it to grow against. And we're getting some daffodils and hyacinths to pop up here on the pond bank as well, and they're starting to open up. In the poppy bed garden here, I have a row of hyacinths in the back, and something ate all of them. I came across here to see this one. It was ready to bloom the other night, and then I came out the next morning and something ate all the petals off of it. And now you can see something's eating all the greens as well. So I don't think it's deer coming in here and doing that, maybe rabbits. I'm not sure, chipmunks. The deer have been doing a lot of damage on my trees out in the field, as well as my hollies out in the front garden. Pretty much everywhere they've been eating anything that they can get their mouths on. So I don't know what's coming in here this close and eating my hyacinths, but got a lot of wildlife pressure trying to destroy my gardens this year. Out here in the front, the farm stand's looking really nice with the backdrop of daffodils. Puppy sawhawk. Also got to check on the baby chicks with Echo Pup. Oh buddy, you like watching your chicks. We still have all the baby chicks alive and doing well. Even Dizzy back in the corner. Everybody's doing good. The other 3 yellow chicks are actually getting some color on their wings, which is good to see. The black ones are starting to show some differences. And Buckeye's still looking cute as ever. Oh, well then. Hello, little one. Hello, little one. Where you going trying to go? I thought I heard someone really loud yelling. Yeah, you was screaming out here. Huh, puppy? Is that just one? I was in the house trying to make some burgers and hot dogs for lunch, and I could hear it chirping really loud, and a little bit louder than we usually hear them right here on the patio. So I came outside, and Puppy sees a little baby chirper running around on the patio. I put some screen up to raise it up higher, but I guess they're getting up on the water, so maybe I need to move the waters to the other side. Oh, Puppy, did you find a little baby chick? And I moved their waters to the other side so they can't use that to jump over the fence. So hopefully that'll get me a few more days before they're able to jump any higher. It's always something new when you're raising animals. Alright, I got the island garden all cleaned up and ready for mulch. Even went around with a weed whacker and edged in the yard. I'd like to use the edger, but it's a little bit too muddy for the edger. It gets all clogged up right now, so I have to wait for a drier time. But all the daffodils and hyacinths are popping out a lot better now. Hold on. Go, puppy. And I think everything that's left in there I'll be able to cover with the next layer of mulch. I got it cleaned up enough so I can see all the stones. I like seeing the stones this time of year because later in the season they kind of get all covered up with the greenery, which is nice to see that for that period of time, and then get a nice switch up for this time so everything changes during the seasons. All that's left to do is fill up the bird bath. If I can find the time, I'd like to come in here and relay this path as well. A lot of the bricks have gotten uneven and there's some weeds coming up underneath the stone because I didn't put any plastic down. So I want to come in and pull up all the brick, stone, and pathway just and relay the whole thing. Just do it right this time and keep it from moving around and shifting like it is. So the storm hasn't blown in yet and we still have some daylight left, so I'm gonna head down to the vegetable garden and start spreading some wood chips. And it's starting to rain finally. I got some piles moved around and I got it weed whacked down so that the wood chips will be able to cover it. And I'll just keep laying down more layers of wood chips until the weeds finally go away. It's been working out pretty good as long as I keep layering every year. Last year I didn't keep up with it and it got pretty bad, but we got a lot of wood chips right now, so hopefully I can get a couple good layers on here to snuff out a lot of the weeds. I did pick up my seed potatoes today, 25 pounds. I got 3 different kinds. I'm going to be planting them in here this year along the fence line, so that's another thing I need to get ready for before the compost comes. I'm also going to be building another raised bed out here, so I need to get that built so that when the compost comes I can fill that up. But we'll go ahead and end this one here. I'm going to head into the greenhouse and start sowing some more seeds. I'm not having the best luck with my germination, and we had some wind the other day that blew open the greenhouse panels and it kind of tossed some things around. I'm usually way ahead with a lot more plants growing right now for the garden out here. But for us getting that late cold snap, I wasn't able to get a lot of things out into the greenhouse where I usually sow them. So now that everything's out in the greenhouse, I'm going to try and get a lot of things sowed so I can get my garden started. If you love gardening, go ahead and subscribe down below as we get all these new gardens ready. You can follow along, hit that like button before you leave, and you can see me and Echo on the next one. Thanks for watching.